Actress Christina Ricci is speaking out as to why it's a crime that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis wrote this character letter for now convicted Danny Masterson.
I'm very straightforward and even blunt, and I don't worry about things like making everyone my friend so that everyone will be on my side all the time. Things like that,
Christina Ricci just dropped some bombshells about Ashton Kutcher, and it's got Hollywood buzzing. Could Ashton be hiding more than just his public image? And how does this all connect to Diddy's recent wild controversies?
Asking for my help because we had received a call from the Department of Homeland Security telling us that a 7-year-old girl was being and that content was being spread around the dark web, and she had been being watched her for 3 years, and they could not find the perpetrator.
It's incredibly ironic for Ashton to speak about supporting victims of physical, mental, and SA, especially considering the disturbing details surrounding Diddy's parties. Details Ashton was well aware of. This isn't baseless speculation. Ever since Diddy started throwing these wild parties with questionable acts like forcing young artists and people, both men and women, into non-consensual intimate activities, Ashton was consistently present. We've all seen it. For him to advocate for SA survivors while knowing what goes on behind the scenes at Diddy's parties is beyond hypocritical. But it looks like this facade is crumbling as the feds have uncovered countless tapes and evidence implicating some A-list celebrities, not only for attending Diddy's parties, but also for helping him cover up these horrific acts. And Ashton is one of them.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story.
As we all know, Kutcher and Diddy have a well-documented friendship that spans nearly 20 years. In a 2019 episode of Hot Ones, Kutcher talked about how he first met Diddy during his time as the host of MTV's Punk'd, which started production around 2002. At that point, Diddy was busy starring in another popular show on MTV called Making the Band. And this was, in fact, true. Just a month before Punk'd premiered, Kutcher and his then-girlfriend Brittany Murphy found themselves sitting next to Diddy at an NBA All-Star game, marking the beginning of many courtside hangouts to come. Their friendship blossomed quickly from there. A few months later, the duo teamed up for the 2003 MTV Movie Awards, where they delivered a rather extended introduction about hot chicks before presenting the Best Villain Award to a then 13-year-old Devay Chase, known for her role as Samara Morgan in The Ring. Looking back, that segment feels pretty creepy, especially when Diddy invites Chase to an after-party right on camera. These moments highlight not just their camaraderie, but also the odd and questionable judgments of the era they were in. Not stopping there, both have been seen together again in 2018 during a joint appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden. Kutcher took a moment to reminisce about their early friendship, saying, "We were spending a lot of time together. By the way, if you're a single man, there's probably no greater human being in the world than him. We were having a lot of fun together." Their chemistry was evident as they shared laughs and stories, even joking about Donald Trump making an appearance at one of Diddy's parties.
Well, I can understand why, because you two, you go way back. You're friends. You're old friends.
But I learned how to do this in his studio. Like, I don't even he's like my coach. It's like if Rocky was in a fight and the judge was the guy.
Since then, there have been numerous instances of Ashton and Diddy together, laughing and complimenting each other, showcasing a close bond. But ever since Diddy's arrest for S-teaking, SA, and a host of other disturbing allegations, Ashton has gone completely silent, almost as if he wants us to forget their once brotherly connection. It's particularly troubling considering Ashton has been a strong advocate for victims of child and exploitation. His silence on Diddy's case feels deeply unsettling. What's even more alarming is that when his friend Danny Masterson faced similar accusations, Ashton defended him despite the overwhelming evidence against him. The fallout from that situation led Ashton to step down from his role at Thorn, the anti-S-teaking tech company he co-founded. This entire situation raises serious questions about the integrity of his advocacy. casting a long shadow over his commitment to a cause he has publicly supported for years. For context, in case you didn't know, Danny Masterson has been sentenced to 30 years to life in prison after being convicted on 2 counts of SA. Instead of supporting the victims, as Ashton had been advocating, he and his wife Mila Kunis publicly defended Danny, claiming he couldn't have done something like that because he had helped them with their substance issues. This is where Christina Ricci entered the picture. She didn't hold back, calling them out and sparking even more controversy. In a powerful social media post, she said, "Unfortunately, I've known lots of great guys who were kind to me, but later turned out to be toxic behind closed doors. Believe victims. It's not easy to come forward, and it's even harder to get a conviction." In another part of her post, Ricci added, "Sometimes people we love and admire do terrible things. They might not have done those things to us, but that doesn't mean they didn't happen. To discredit victims is a crime. People we know as good guys can still be predators and harmful. It's tough to accept, but we have to. If we claim to support victims, women, children, men, boys, we must take this stand." While she didn't mention names, it was clear her message was aimed squarely at Ashton and Mila, prompting the couple to release a clarification video.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
Ashton and Mila had written letters to the court asking for a lighter sentence for Masterson, portraying him as a positive role model who significantly impacted their lives. Ashton even credited Masterson with helping him steer clear of illegal substances during their friendship, while Mila described him as a big brother figure who inspired her to avoid substances too. They explained that Danny's family had requested these character references a few months earlier, stating their letters were meant to provide insight into the Danny they had known for over 25 years. They insisted their intention was never to discredit the victims or cause any harm. Ashton emphasized that they would never want to hurt anyone and apologized if their actions inadvertently did so. But let's get real here. Ashton has built a public persona as an advocate for victims of teaking and illegal substances. His silence regarding Diddy's troubling allegations and his defense of Masterson raised serious questions about his true commitment to the cause. It feels like a betrayal to all the victims out there who count on advocates to stand by them, not shield their friends from accountability. And here's the kicker. This isn't Ashton Kutcher's first brush with shady characters. If you think Ashton is still innocent because of what he advocated for years ago, think again. One particular chilling incident is the tragic murder of his girlfriend, Ashley Ellerin. TikTok has been buzzing about this story, and it's seriously unsettling.
Do you know the story from 2001 when a young Ashton Kutcher got stood up on a date and then the next morning that girl had been murdered? And you remember how Kanye said that they couldn't control him because he ain't never no one? And listen, I'm not accusing Ashton Kutcher of murder or anything else. I'm just saying there might be a lot of skeletons in his closet. And this story is pretty weird. And it was a crazy unsolved murder case from the start, but then just last year, a new spicy detail dropped that is just tinfoil maximum.
You might be surprised to learn that Ashton Kutcher found himself in the middle of a murder trial back in 2001. He was supposed to pick up a girl named Ashley Ellerin for a date, but ended up running hours late. When he knocked on her door, he got no response. He peeked through the window and saw what looked like wine stains on the carpet, assuming she had blown him off. He left. It wasn't until the next day that he learned those stains were actually blood. Ashley was dead inside her apartment, discovered by her roommate. The whole situation raises some serious questions about Ashton's shady behavior. Ashley, a fashion student, had met Ashton at a Christmas party, and they had started dating after he became single. On the day they planned to meet, Ashton called her to confirm their dinner plans. Later, he called again at 7:30 p.m. to say he was running late. Ashley returned his call at 8:24 p.m., saying she was getting ready after a shower, so everything seemed fine. Ashton claims he was at a friend's house during the Grammy Awards and lost track of time. But when he finally decided to head to Ashley's place between 10:30 and 10:45 p.m., he knocked on her door but got no answer. He thought it was odd, especially since the lights were on and the place looked a little messy. She had just moved in. When he peered through the window, he saw what he assumed was red wine on the carpet. He thought she must have thrown a wild housewarming party. Little did he know that the reality was much darker. Her roommates later found her lifeless, mutilated body inside. At the time of Ashley Ellerin's tragic murder, Ashton Kutcher was just a witness, and nobody really speculated about him. After all, he was the quintessential American dream boy. The man behind Ashley's murder was later arrested and identified as the Hollywood Ripper, a serial killer with multiple victims. Fast forward to 2019, and Ashton found himself back in the spotlight when he had to testify in court about that fateful night during the trial of the Hollywood Ripper. Just to clarify, Ashton was never charged with anything related to this case. However, it's hard not to raise an eyebrow at his alibi of being at a friend's house during a high-profile event like the Grammys. Ashley was brutally stabbed 47 times, with deep wounds across her chest, stomach, and neck and back. When Ashton testified during the trial, he recounted how upon hearing the tragic news, he rushed to the police to explain he had been outside her home the night before. Clearly shaken, he stated, "My fingerprints are on this door, and I was freaking out." He maintained that he had no connection to Michael, the identified killer, and that Michael had no ties to Ashley. However, what makes this situation even creepier is that the lead detective noted there was little evidence to go on. Despite the disturbing nature of the crime, there was no blood splatter found at the scene. Jennifer, Ashley's roommate, suspected that the killer must have known Ashley, especially since their home was double-gated. Yet when the killer was apprehended, he insisted he had never met Ashley. But wait, there's more. Danny Masterson's accuser has claimed there was a phone call with Ashton on the night of Ashley's murder, further complicating the narrative surrounding Ashton and raising even more questions about his past associations. Chrissy Carnell Bixler, who dated Danny Masterson in the late 90s and early 2000s, made waves on Instagram with a chilling message for Ashton Kutcher. "Dear Ashton, I know the secret your role model keeps for you, ones that will end you. Did you forget I was there? You were on speaker that night when you called Danny on February 21st, 2001. I heard everything. In my opinion, you're just as sick as your mentor." But that's not all. Chrissy has been posting a series of old clips showcasing Ashton and his wife Mila Kunis, along with unsettling moments featuring Mila and Danny Masterson. One clip from Punk'd stands out. Ashton introduced a then 15-year-old Hillary Duff by saying she's one of the girls we're all waiting to turn 18.
And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18.
Another clip captures Ashton and Mila reminiscing about their first kiss on set, but the context has taken on a whole new meaning with the resurfacing of these videos. The internet has erupted with fans calling for Ashton to be canceled.
You know what's funny is when she was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, "Okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene." And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
say, that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. Why does someone bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss.
No,
This was like a second or third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
But it looks like Chrissy Bixler isn't the only one raising concerns about Ashton Kutcher's actions on the night of the murder on February 21st, 2001. A friend of hers, Aaron Smith, recently posted a video on YouTube where he shares his allegations regarding that night. According to Aaron, Ashton walked into the house and discovered Ashley Ellerin on the floor, surrounded by blood. Instead of calling the police, he claims Ashton sat in his car for an hour panicking and calling his team for advice. Reportedly, they advised him not to involve the police to avoid any association with the murder. Fearing that it might tarnish his rising career from That 70s Show, Aaron also suggests that Ashton's team encouraged him to attend the party he was supposed to take Ashley to, which raises further questions about their actions. He asserts that it would have been impossible for Ashton to see the red wine stains on the carpet from the outside, as it would have been too dark to make out the scene clearly without entering the house. If these allegations are true, they imply that Ashton may have misled authorities, potentially hindering the investigation and allowing the real perpetrator, Michael, to remain free longer. This raises a significant question. How might the situation have unfolded differently had Ashton acted differently that night? But we're not done yet, because there's a lot of shady behavior from Ashton that may have flown under the radar. In a 2002 interview with Rosie O'Donnell, Mila Kunis revealed that Danny Masterson dared Ashton Kutcher to give her a $10 French kiss on the set of That 70s Show when she was just 14 years old. Ashton was 19 at the time, and Mila recalled being super nervous about it.
Why does someone bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss. This was like a second or third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
No, let me tell you what happened.
No, okay, so I've never kissed a guy. So I was.
There's a clip where Mila was sitting on Ashton's lap when she was just a minor, and Ashton was already an adult at that time.
And the reason I'm doing this is not because I think In the Crease is good, but because Josh told me Mila would sit on my lap and like.
This has definitely raised eyebrows and got everyone talking. One person even commented, isn't she 14 in here? And he's like 20? Why is she sitting on his lap? It's weird because they had their first kiss when she was 14 and he was 20. And yes, she did lie, but once she got hired, she disclosed her real age, and yet they still hired her and made her kiss a 20-year-old. Very, very cringe and weird. Another person commented, Ashton Kutcher digging a minor and craving for her to turn 18? That's so predatory. This is exactly why Christina Ricci chose to speak out. Christina has been in the industry for a long time, long before Ashton Kutcher even became famous. In fact, Christina started her acting career much earlier than Ashton. She made her screen debut at just 9 years old in the movie Mermaids back in 1990. On the other hand, Ashton only began his acting journey in 1998 when he landed the role of Michael Kelso on That 70s Show. Christina Ricci is known for her incredible talent and versatility as an actress. She has a knack of portraying unique and often dark characters. Many remember her for her roles in the Addams Family movies and in The Ice Storm from 1997. Her performance in Monster in 2003 received significant praise, even though some felt it was underrated. Beyond acting, Christina is also a passionate advocate for several important causes. She speaks out about various social issues, including mental health awareness, women's rights, and the #MeToo movement. So when she heard about Diddy's arrest, she didn't hold back. She reiterated what she had said a year ago during the Danny Masterson controversy. She was right. The truth is, we really don't know what goes on with these celebrities behind the scenes. It doesn't matter if they claim to advocate for certain issues because behind closed doors, we have no idea what they're really doing. They only want us to believe the image they project in the media. As for Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs is facing serious legal troubles. 6 new accusers have come forward with lawsuits against the music mogul, accusing him of multiple mistreatment, including SA. This legal storm is hitting as Diddy is currently in federal custody in Brooklyn, New York, after pleading not guilty last month to charges of racketeering, S-teaking, and transporting someone for P. Legal experts believe these civil lawsuits will only add to the challenges Diddy is facing in his criminal case. Recently, 2 Jane Does and 4 John Does filed lawsuits against him in New York, marking the beginning of a wave of accusations from 120 alleged victims. This was revealed by Texas-based lawyer Tony Busby earlier this month.
Breaking news right now related to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Major new allegations today of assault and exploitation by Combs. For the first time, we are hearing about victims who say they were minors when they were allegedly by the music star. The youngest allegedly just 9 years old. The allegations were revealed today by attorneys representing more than 100 alleged victims who are preparing to sue.
It's also worth mentioning that the list of celebrities who allegedly helped cover up Sean Diddy Combs' questionable actions is now public, and Ashton Kutcher is among them. While not all the individuals are named as defendants, some of the lawsuits do contain accusations against other prominent people, according to a report by Insider. But attorney Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, who represents one of Sean Diddy Combs' accusers, has made some shocking claims about the existence of 3 intimate tapes involving the disgraced music mogul and other celebrities. During an appearance on News Nation, Banfield, with guest host Laura Ingle, she stated, "The individuals who contacted me said they have 3 different tapes with 3 different celebrities, including Diddy, along with a 4th tape featuring another celebrity in a compromising situation." Mitchell-Kidd added that it's believed the person in the alleged 4th tape was filmed at one of Diddy's properties, while the other 3 individuals involved are reportedly A-list celebrities. However, she admitted, "I have not seen some of the tapes or any images." She explained, "I can't attest to whether they exist or not. I was initially told that they own this treasure trove of videos, so I have to believe that many celebrities know what they did." Previously, Mitchell-Kidd represented former model Adria English, who sued Diddy in July. English accused the Bad Boy for Life rapper of S-teaking, claiming he forced intimate intercourse with renowned jeweler Jacob Arabov, and that she was expected to be passed off to other individuals. Mitchell-Kidd's claims about the existence of multiple disturbing tapes involving Diddy were seemingly supported by a Department of Homeland Security officer. The officer, who participated in the raids on Diddy's Miami residence in March, exclusively told the Post, "There are recognizable names in the footage we obtained, but I won't confirm any of their identities, but it's more than just that one." While the officer did not confirm if any of the individuals are A-list celebrities, reports have circulated that an explicit video featuring someone more high-profile than Combs is being circulated. A source informed the Post that the male celebrity involved is horrified by the situation. An insider added, "It feels like a betrayal and a violation, and it's causing a lot of issues." The source concluded, "It brings up some really disturbing and bad memories, and some fans can't help but wonder if Ashton is one of the celebrities mentioned in those tapes." What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Diddy might be snitching on him? Also, what do you make of Ricci's comments? Share your thoughts in the comments below. While we wait for more updates, don't forget to subscribe, like, and check out our other videos.